Alright, welcome back to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Last episode, we arrived here at Rogueport, and we kicked that fucker's ass, despite us being at 1 HP.
You had a close call, dude. There.
Yeah, especially since Paper Mario 1 and 2 is just like Persona, starting with Persona 3. If Mario goes down, that's it. So these are ends, they're full heals of everything. Your HP, your FP, and SP. I'll explain SP most likely in this episode. There are lesser versions of these ends that will only refill your HP and FP. But I don't think we'll be seeing that until next episode off the top of my head. Oh shit, I think I forgot to mention one thing that I'll also be doing, which is the Pit of 100 Trials.
You did mention that.
I did? Okay, good. Now, I want to say this right here and right now. I got every single party member, and I think I'll be, when I do record the pit, that's going to be an episode on itself, and I think I'm just going to be speeding through the whole entire thing. Now, the one exception to not showing fights from enemies we've already seen will be A, in the Glitz Pit, which is Chapter 3 of this game, and B, if it's a fight that we cannot flee. Any fight like that that's specifically stated at the bottom of the screen that you can't flee, that's going to be shown no matter what. Especially with one of the biggest changes that I really do not like about Thousand Year Door's remaster. And yes, you heard me right, I said remaster. This is not a fucking remake. Although I guess I should give my definition of all that. A remaster is just like this, where the game is pretty much the same. There's most likely and they most likely put in quality of life fixes, but if it's practically exactly the same, just with prettier graphics, doesn't matter if it's like built from the ground up or not, it's a remaster. If it's a remake, it's like Resident Evil 1 to its remake, where, yeah, it's definitely different. They put in new stuff to catch you off guard, but it's not the same exact game.
Or like Persona 3 to Reload, where they add theurgies and, of course, add the difficulties of certain games, and gave us the answer
as DLC.
Yes, DLC, and actually fixed it. Fixed a lot of the problems that the original answer had, that the remake, I think, makes it more actually worth going to play through the entire game. Except for playing against Joker.
I mean, you say that, but then again, I shouldn't start shit-talking before I actually play it.
I mean, he is a super boss, so he's hard. He is really hard, so...
No, I mean just in general.
Well, the only thing I have about Reload, I think the theurgies make the game a little bit too easy.
So what you're saying is play on very hard.
Pretty much, unless... Because if you can get the level... I mean, I maxed my level out before I beat the game. Well, also at the same time, I was also doing Orpheus only. Through on the... when I first played through Reload, because I was like, I already know the game. And like that, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I maxed out all my stats, too.
Fucking nerd.
I mean, it's what happens when you play JRPGs. Either you play the game, like, really quickly, or you decide to make yourself overly powered just to be funny.
Yep. Alright, so, with this conversation, you know, the shit about the legendary treasure, that was essentially myth in this area, but with that treasure map, it's, you know, proven, at least to the professor here, that it's true. And after this cutscene, we'll be going down to the depths, well, not depths, the underground of Rogueport, to actually see the Thousand Year Door. And it's gonna be a fun time actually going into the 1,000-year door, because yes, you actually enter what's behind it. Why? Well, we'll see eventually. Alright, so this is a tutorial for action commands. I don't really think you need to go through the tutorial for it, because action commands are pretty simple. They even tell you what to do for each attack. But I'm at least grateful you get the action commands right from the start. Unlike the first Paper Mario game. Because in the first Paper Mario game, you don't get action commands until very close to the end of the prologue. And the fucked thing is, Paper Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, you had action commands from the very fucking start of the game. And you didn't need a tutorial for that, so it's like, why the fuck are you limiting us now?
What's the difference?
Oh, dude, fucking download something like Project 64 and get the Paper Mario 1 emulator, and you'll see what the fuck the difference is. Because holy shit, the start of Paper Mario 1 is slow as hell.
I mean, it's like most JRPG games though at the same time.
Yeah, but the difference is it's not as long as Persona 4's intro, but it feels as long as Persona 4's intro.
Yeah. I kind of wish they trimmed it down just a tiny bit.
Yeah, because holy fuck.
I mean, luckily in Golden, that you have the fast forward feature to go through stuff a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So that's at least that cuts it down a little bit. But if you're playing the original vanilla P4, have fun sitting at your desk or your chair or anywhere you feel like sitting right now for the next hour or so.
Well, I mean, unless you have a turbo controller.
Well, yeah. But I mean, if you're playing the original hardware though, for the footage, then yeah, have fun.
Alright, now, all these normal variants of Goombas, they only have 2 HP. But Spiky Goomba, obviously you don't want to jump on that, because, you know, that's gonna hurt. And in the case of Goombella, should realistically kill her. Because again, she does head bonk, where she literally uses her head to, you know, attack the enemy. Now, any para enemy, like the Para Goomba there, after you knock them out of the sky, they'll just become regular Goombas. So you want to keep that in mind. Obviously, you can't use your hammer against a Paragoomba normally, because there is a item that will allow you to throw your hammer. But as you can see, hammer's grayed out, so you gotta jump. And with that, 10 star points. Slowly but surely, we're about halfway up to getting our getting a level up. Actually, I don't even think we're halfway. Shit, now that I think about it. I'm trying to be a math major.
And you're failing.
No shit. Ah. Easiest jump in the world, and I missed it.
You're supposed to be good at platforming.
Actually, kind of suck at platformers. Despite liking Mario and Sonic games, I kind of suck at them. I
mean, some platformers I do have a hard time with, depending on what level it is. But most of the time, it's not terrible. It's just ones...
Why the fuck did I keep... Oh,
What
sorry.
were you gonna say?
Why the fuck did I keep this fight in?
Ooh.
The shit I catch afterwards. Because, see, right there, I properly cut the fight out. Nah, I'm a fucking moron.
It's a small little difference.
Oh, no, wait. Now I know why. It's because I got the first hit. Since enemies are on the screen, if you jump on them or use a hammer on time, you get a preemptive strike on the enemy. However, especially with these enemies on the ground, not that fucker who ran away like a fucking coward, as you just saw, foe struck first. They get a preemptive strike on you.
Oh, the classic JRPG encounters.
Yep. But it's time for Gumbella to tattle on the Spinias.
That is a shitty name.
Well, they spin. They're like Beyblades. 3 attack, 1 3 HP, 1 attack, 0 defense. They're pretty easy, and you can take them out pretty quickly if you figure out how to do super guards. Because super guarding, I think, does 1 point of damage each time. So 3 HP. You know, both attacks. For Mario, deals 2, especially if you have right timing, and Gumbella's attack does 2 as well. And as you saw right there, I tried to do the super guard, but super guarding is very, very strict.
Now you're over half.
Strict.
Now you're over halfway now.
Woo! So, enemies will drop. Can drop cash, can drop HP, and can drop FP. However, new to the remaster, bosses can drop a good chunk of cash. It's called a clear bonus. You don't have this in the original, but it is very easy to get cash in general, that I don't even know why they bothered including the clear bonus. Especially if you pay the Prince of Nigeria. I apologize to any Nigerian viewers out there, but it's just... that joke is fucking common here in America. Still, to this fucking day. I wonder how someone actually fell for that, too. That's the funny thing.
There's a lot of lore into that. You think about it.
Yeah, but still, that's... has to be one of the most obvious scams in the fucking world.
It's the oldest, I think one of the older scams, too. If I'm correct. I can't remember exactly. There's so many scams now going on. Try to keep an eye...
Yeah. Ugh. So, this black treasure chest here will curse Mario, but you may think that's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because it will actually help us explore the area. Because that one key I got is for this treasure chest. And if I advance through the dialogue quick enough, I think I'm fucking changing out a YouTube video. Because, fun fact, when I'm not playing a game for the first time, I tend to put on YouTube videos. Although I think that's a newer practice.
I mean, I do that from time to time, but it depends on what the games do, what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
If it's something like something like a JRPG, usually I kind of have as my background thing, because either you're grinding for a little bit, or you're in the middle of a boss fight.
Fuck this in the original. If it still does this in the remaster, I fucking hate it. The thing I'm getting at is that this moment will make the controller rumble. And I fucking hate rumble. It always feels weird, and I always drop my fucking controller when I feel it. Like Metal Gear Solid, it doesn't matter if it's the original or Twin Snakes. As soon as I get to Psycho Mantis and the fucker starts rumbling the controller, I drop it immediately. It does not feel good and should not be in any controller ever. And before people ask, yeah, this I'm possibly on the spectrum. I have no fucking clue. I mean, I'm already neurodivergent since I have ADHD. But I mean, even if I was fucking neurotypical, I would still fucking hate it, because rumble just does not feel good and should not be in any fucking controller. I will die on this hill.
I mean, I don't even like rumble that much, really.
But yeah, now we can turn it into a paper airplane on airplane spaces.
I wonder how Mario feels every time he turns into a paper airplane.
I mean, it probably doesn't hurt that much. I mean, we don't hear any actual screams or anything like that.
So,
And plus, he gives a thumb. And plus, he gives a thumbs up. He's not in that much pain, if any.
it's so weird every time he faces forward. It looks so weird looking.
I mean, better than Brian.
Yeah, that's true.
And with that, we can actually go and see the 1,000-year door. Airplane powers, go! And don't worry, we won't have to keep doing that.
Only for
to get to this area, I should say. Because yes, that is the titular 1,000-year door. And with the mystical map, we can actually get pointed to our first destination.
Detroit.
Well, actually,
What?
we do have to go. We actually do have to go right at some point.
I was just making a little joke out of that one, but
You'll see. You'll see. But with this, our first destination is a little place called Petalburg, all the way there at a random as fuck castle. I hate that they couldn't redo the effect from the original.
well, sometimes they
guys-
probably like the sound from Age probably couldn't be implemented.
Yeah, but it was more of a particle effect, like how from Dual Monsters to 5Ds, how the monsters on the field would break apart when destroyed.
Oh yeah.
But hey, with that, it's episode 2, and then in the next episode we'll actually be starting our adventure to Petalburg, and we'll see you guys then.